Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome to Boca. It's Thursday morning, and we're going to kick this off by doing our best fives. And to lighten the mood a little bit, we're going to start it off with a worst five. So here we go. This presentation this morning is entitled, How to Make a Shitload of Money Using the 50% Participation Rate with Eagle Life. Let's get right down to the details. Okay, it's Thursday. Let's make some money. Keep in mind the disclosures. There is no possible way this presentation is approved for anything. Party on, dude. Now here's what we know. We know that a 50% participation rate is a category killer. We know that when it comes to guaranteed index strategies for building your money, the following things are probably true. Participation rates on average go up about 5.25% a year. A 6% point to point, if you could get it these days, and you probably can't because it would probably be a bonus rate product, would give you somewhere around 4.2%. Volatility control doesn't work particularly well, and some of our competitors are still selling these proprietary options, single counterparty options, pricing inefficiencies, volatility control with spreads, and we don't believe any of that stuff works particularly well. Now, one of the problems we face every single day is people are still buying fixed annuities. Look at this couple. They're in their 80s. We're happy with 2%. We don't need the money. We're not going to spend it anyway, and we love our BB&T financial advisor. He's so cute, and that's fine. And if you bump into these 80-year-olds, sell them a fixed annuity, do it with our blessing, and we're happy for them. But these people right here don't need a fixed annuity, although they might be sold one. They're in their 60s. They're already out of money. Why didn't we buy that 50% participation rate from Eagle Life? We're gonna need the money. So why doesn't everybody put their money in the stock market? Well, here's what we know. The stock market is the greatest wealth creator of all times. More money has been made in the stock market than has been made in commercial real estate or commodities or gold or anything else. So why doesn't everybody put all their money in the stock market? Well, it's simple. They're scared of this. They're scared of the next correction. They're scared of the Great Recession. They've got a friend who lost some money in the stock market, or they just don't know what it is. We spend a lot of time talking about savers versus investors, and this is what savers want. They want guaranteed profits. They want to make sure that their account only makes money and they never lose any money. Now, all you've got to do to make money in the stock market is to stay invested. If you go back to 1926 all the way through today, you'll find that on a 1-year period, the stock market goes up 72% of the time. How can you possibly lose money if you stay fully invested? And the answer is you can't. So what we've got to do here is we've got to keep people invested. So how the heck did we lose that money in the stock market? Well, I didn't really put it in the stock market, honey. I was out there playing blackjack. And you know what? The rules of the game of blackjack might help us explain how to sell an index annuity. So for just a minute, let's talk about blackjack. That's my dog. His name is Blackjack. No. Let's talk about blackjack, the game of blackjack. And let's talk about the rules to explain how an index annuity might work. Here's the first thing you need to know about blackjack. How long would you sit at a blackjack table if you won 72% of your hands? 7 out of every 10 hands you played, you won. And at the end of that hand, we locked in your gains and you'd never lose them. That's referred to as an annual reset, and you get that in an index annuity. The second rule of blackjack you'd want to know is this. You can't bust. You'll never lose a hand. Every single time you go over 21, the dealer looks at you and says, I'm not going to take your money. That's referred to as a principal guarantee. The third item you want to pay attention to is this one. If you can never lose your money, why don't you play all your chips? Just shove them all out there and say, I want to play them all. That's called compound interest growth. And finally, when you are done playing, we're going to let you take all your money and go home. We're not going to let you stop at the gift shop for a fancy Versace purse because there's no fees or charges of any type, and You're not going to pay any taxes on this account until you decide to take your money out. So the only question is, with the great team we've got and the great products that we've got, what are we going to do with our success? Now this isn't a moot point, because some people don't handle success very well. Some people get splashy and they go out and spend their money on cocktails and pools and fancy houses. For example, here's Zach Landsat's summer cottage, and there's Zach having a cocktail next to the pool, enjoying life. That's what he's going to do with his cash. A lot of you know that Jay is a car guy. Jay just picked up this new Audi S8 with 702 horsepower, and this baby really hauls ass. And the reason that he has to get going so fast is he's got to get down to the boat, because Larry's taking him out on the new ride. A little 42-foot cigarette boat. They're going to go cruising around the Bahamas. I think they're going down to pick up Dan. I don't know exactly what Dan is doing down in the Bahamas. Well, there's Bob. Bob is just a rich guy with a yacht, hanging out, floating up and down the intercoastal, trying to be the great host that he is. Oh, that's why Dan's in the Cayman Islands. That's where he's keeping his money. Now, you know what you need in a situation like this is you need steady leadership, because success doesn't change a lot of guys. A lot of guys just know how to get down in there and take care of business. But with all this in mind, just keep on following thing. We've got the best team in the business. We've got the best product in the business. We absolutely have the best portfolio of products in the business. And there's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't be kicking ass. That's it. Let's do some best fives. Let's have a good meeting. Thanks, gentlemen.